Dear students, welcome back. So I am here with one more illustration on stores ledger account. So in cost accounting, illustration number 13. The following details are given for certain materials of the March 2019. So whatever they have given the information, that is for the month of March in the year 2019. So the details goes like this. 1st March opening stock 200 tons at rupees 460. 4th March issued to job 1 140 tons. Then on 6th March purchased 350 tons at rupees 450 per ton. On 8th March, there is a scrap. See, this is a new adjustment. So out of 12 problem we have solved, so there was no such kind of entry as given. So in this problem, they have given a scrap. Clear? So that one is a very new adjustment. So you can mark it and you can highlight. So this is one of the new adjustment which has been given in the problem. So 8th March scrap 13 tons due to quality of production. So where we have to show it? Yes, because it should be shown under issues. Why? Because scrap means what we do? We will sell it. Clear? So we will sell it back. Clear? So we will sell it back. So in such a case, it should be considered as a issued. On 9th March, issued to job 2 80 tons. On 14th March, issued to job 3 200 tons. On 17th March, purchased 200 tons at rupees 480 rupees per ton. On 20th March, issued to job 4 120 tons. Then on 25th March, purchased 180 tons at rupees 470 rupees per ton. On 28th March, issued to job 5 280 tons. On 31st March, excess found in stock. This is also very new adjustment, because still now whatever adjustment we are done, those adjustment were under short working. Clear? There was a shortage. Clear? So stock verification revealed a shortage we used to find, but in this problem, so there is a excess. Clear? So highlight this adjustment also, that is 31st March and 8th March, both these two, whatever the information has been given, it is very new. Clear? So 31st March, excess found in stock 43 tons. Reason being the wrong use of measures during the month. Clear? So whenever excess comes, what we do? We will show it as a receipt. So you should keep it in mind. Whenever scrap is there, so that should shown under issues, because we are going to sell it. And whenever excess comes, we should show it under receipts column, because we are going to receive it. Clear? We are going to receive it. So show the stores ledger account under FIFO, first in first out, and LIFO, last in first out pricing system. So FIFO and the LIFO pricing system we are supposed to prepare. We should show this transaction. So give the heading stores ledger account under first in first out method. So you know what are the titles should be given on the table. That is the name of the material, code number, then description of the material on the left hand side, and on your right hand side you should write maximum level, minimum level, and reorder level. So after that, you are supposed to open a table consisting of 12 columns. So that is sub columns I am speaking about. So main columns 4, that is date, receipts, issues, and balance, and sub columns, so that date reflects date, so date will be remain same date. So under receipts we will have 4 categories, sub column GRN, quantity, rate, and amount. Under issues we'll have 4 columns, that is quantity, rate, amount, so MRN, quantity, rate, and amount. And under balance we will have a quantity, rate, and amount. So these are the sub columns which will come under the table. So now let us post the entries into the respective columns. So on 1st March, what they said, is it a opening stock or they have purchased it? Yes, they said 1st March opening stock 200 tons at rupees 460 each. So 1st March receipts column nil because it's opening stock. So GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, amount also nil. And under issues, MRN column nil, quantity nil, rate nil, and amount also nil. So but under balance column, quantity 200 units, rate 460 rupees, and amount 200 into 460, that comes to 92,000 rupees. Next, on 4th March, there is a issue. So issue to job 1. So then whenever issues comes, all receipts column will become a nil. So GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, amount also nil. Under issues, job 1 in the column of MRN, quantity 140 units we have issued, 140 units at the rate of 460 rupees. So 140 into 460 rupees, 64,400 rupees. So 64,400 rupees. So the quantity balance left with us will be for 60 units, because out of 200 I have issued 140, so left out is 60 units. So 60 into 460 rupees, 27,600 rupees. So we got 27,600 rupees. So now on 6th March there is a receipt. On 6th March there is a receipt. So 350 units has been received at the rate of 450 rupees. So go to the receipts column. So GRN nil, quantity 350 units at the rate of 450 rupees. Clear? At the rate of 450 rupees. So we have purchased 350 tons at the rate of 450 rupees. So 1,57,500 rupees. So 350 into 450 is 1,57,500. So whenever there is a receipt, there will be no issues. So MRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, amount nil under issues column. But in the balance column, first copy the previous date balance. That is on 4th March. What was the balance? 60 tons at rupees 460 rupees. So amount 27,600. So now enter today's purchase, that is 350 tons at rupees 450, 1,57,500 rupees. So now close the table. So next 8th March. On 8th March, I said highlight this adjustment, because in the entire problems whatever we have solved out of 12 problems, this is the first time you are getting such kind of adjustment. So that is a scrap. They found a scrap of 30 tons. Clear? So whenever scrap comes, that should be reflected under issues, because we are going to sell the scrap. We don't keep it with us. So with that viewpoint, we are going to issue this. So how many tons we found as scrap? 30 tons. Okay, so then 8th March under receipts column nil, that is GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, amount also nil. Under MRN column, scrap and quantity, how many tons is a scrap? 30 tons. So 30 at the rate 460 rupees. Why 460? We are following first in first out principle, pricing method we are following. So on 6th March, which is the first element, the first amount under balance, first item under balance, that is 60 tons at rupees 460 rupees. So out of that only I am issuing 30 tons. Clear? So 30 tons at rupees 460, 13,800 rupees. Clear? So now out of that 60 tons I have issued as a scrap 30 tons. So left out is 30 tons in the balance quantity at rupees 460, that comes to 13,800, and 350 tons at rupees 450 rupees, so that comes to 1,57,500 rupees. So now further we are moving on to 9th March. So under receipt side, GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, and amount also nil. Under issues column, so there is a issue of 80 tons. So 80 tons has been issued to whom? Job 2. Clear? It has been issued to job 2. So on the top of 8th March, we have a balance that is 30 ton first. So I am issuing that 30 tons first here. So under quantity 30, rate 460 rupees. So the amount comes to 13,800 rupees. So out of 80 units I am supposed to issue, I have issued 30 tons. So the left out is 50 tons, which I am taking from 350 tons in the balance column on 6th March. So I am taking 50 tons here. So 50 tons at rupees 450 rupees. So 22,500 is the amount. So now what will be the balance then? 350 tons minus 50 tons issued. So the balance is 300 tons at rupees 450 rupees. So the amount comes to 1,35,000 rupees. Now further we are moving on to the 14th March. So GRN nil, because it is a issue again. So GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, amount also nil. So under issues, MRN column, we are issuing it to job 3. How many tons we are issuing? 210 tons we are issuing at the rate of 450 rupees. So 210 into 450, that comes to 94,500 rupees. So out of 300, I have issued 210 tons. Clear? So then what is the balance? 300 minus 210. So that comes to 90 tons is the balance at the rate of 450 rupees. So 90 into 450, 40,500 rupees. So that is the balance as on 14th March. Now further we are moving on to 17th March. There is a receipt. So how many tons we have received? On 17th March we have received 200 tons at the rate of 480 rupees. So 200 into 480, that comes to 96,000 rupees. So then issues column will be always nil, MRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, amount nil, because there is a receipt. So when there is a receipt, issues usually comes nil. Sometimes both will take place on the same date. That kind of problem also we have done. Clear? So 200 at rupees 480, 96,000 rupees we have received. So issues column, MRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, amount also nil. So under balance, 90 tons at rupees 450, which was the same balance as on 14th March. So I am copying it, 40,500. And 17th March balance, that is 200 tons at the rate of 480 rupees. So that comes to 96,000 rupees. Now I am moving on to the 20th March. So on 20th March again there is a issue. So receipts column will be nil. So that is GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, and amount also nil. So go to the issue column. To whom we are issuing? That is job 4. How many units we are issuing? 120 tons of material we are issuing. So on the top of the balance on 17th March, I have 90 tons. So first I am taking, because we are following again first in first out principle. Clear? First in first out pricing method we are following. So I have taken the first item, that is 90 tons of materials at rupees 450 rupees. So that comes to 40,500 rupees. And the rest, out of 120, I have issued only 90. So I have to take 30 units. Clear? 30 tons of materials at the rate of 480 rupees. So 30 into 480, that comes to 14,400 rupees. So balance is 200 minus 30 is 170 tons. So 170 into 480 rupees. So that amount comes to 81,600 rupees. So next I'm moving on to date, that is 25th March. So there was a receipt. So we have purchased the materials. So we have purchased 180 tons of materials at the price of 470 rupees. So under receipts column, GRN nil, but quantity, how much we have purchased? 180 tons at the rate of 470 rupees. So the amount comes to 84,600 rupees. So under issues, MRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, and amount also nil. So now go to the balance column, copy the balance of 20th March as it is, that is 170 tons of rupees 480. So that comes to 81,600 rupees. That comes to 81,600 rupees. On 25th March again, there is a purchase, there is a receipt. How many units? 180 tons of materials at rupees 470 rupees. So 180 tons multiplied by 470 rupees, that comes to 84,600 rupees. So now I am moving on to 28th March. So which is the issue entry. So receipts column, GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, and amount also nil. So go to MRN column. Here we are issuing materials to job 5. So MRN column, job 5. How many units we are issuing here? So we are issuing 280 tons of material we are issuing, but we don't have 280 as a single material. So that is why refer 25th March balance column. So the first is 170 tons. I'm taking that 170 tons at rupees 480. So 81,600 is the amount. So next balance I have 180 tons, but I require here to meet 280 tons is 110 tons. How? 280 minus 170 I have issued already. So the left out is 110 tons at the rate of 470 rupees. So that comes to 51,700 rupees. So the balance is 70 tons. How? 180 tons minus 110 tons. So the left out is 70 tons at rupees 470. So the balance comes to 32,900 rupees. 32,900 rupees. So on 31st March, there was a excess of material. So that due to wrong measurement, what they have used to measuring the scale was wrong. Clear? There was some error. So due to that, they have found excess. How much? 43 tons of materials is excess there. So whenever excess comes, that should be considered as a receipt, because we are going to receive it. Clear? We are going to adding to the present existing materials. So write down GRN column excess quantity 43 tons at the rate of 470 rupees. So the amount comes to 20,210 rupees. So issues column, MRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, and amount also nil. Under balance column, 43 tons at rupees 470. So that comes to 20,210 rupees. So here we are done the FIFO statement, that is first in first out statement we are done. So now it is time to calculate the closing stock. So note the value of closing stock under FIFO pricing system. Under FIFO pricing system, that is first in first out pricing system. So I have a small table, that is quantity, rate, and amount. So what is the closing balance we got? 70 tons at the rate of 470 rupees. That comes to 32,900. And 43 tons, that is again at the rate of 470 rupees, 20,210 rupees. So add quantity. So you got 113 tons at the rate of 470 rupees at the rate. So 53,110 rupees. So next we are moving on to stores ledger account under last in first out method. So since in this problem he has asked us to prepare in both the methodology, that is first in first out and last in first out. So name of the material, code number, description of the material, and right hand side maximum level, minimum level, and reorder level. So now open a table for LIFO account with the date, receipt, issues and balance. So this table consists of, I always repeat, 12 columns. So that is the date, GRN, quantity, rate, amount. MRN, quantity, rate, amount. And in the balance column, quantity, rate and amount. So on 1st March, there was an opening stock. Since it is an opening stock, so receipts and issues will become nil. So GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, amount nil. MRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil and amount also nil. But balance, that is opening stock, is said 200 tons at rupees 460. So 200 into 460, 92,000 rupees. On 4th March, there is the issue to job 1. So, all receipts column is nil. That is GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil and amount also nil. So, under issues, MRN job 1, quantity 140 units at the rate of 460 rupees. So 64,400 rupees amount column, and the balance out of 200 I have taken 140 tons. So the left out is 60 tons at rupees 460 rupees. So that comes to 27,600 rupees. On 6th March, GRN nil, quantity 350 tons at rupees 450. We have received the material 350 tons at the rate of 450 rupees. So the amount column comes to 1,57,500 rupees. So issues column, MRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, amount also nil. And under the balance column, 60 tons at rupees 460, 27,600. That is the exact balance of 4th March. So on 6th March, there is a receipt also that has to be reflected in the balance side. So that is 350 tons at rupees 450. So 1,57,500 rupees. So now go to 8th March, there is a issue. So what is this issue is exactly? So on 8th March, there was a scrap of 30 tons. When there is a scrap, that should be issued immediately. Okay, so on 8th March, receipts GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil and amount also nil. Under MRN, scrap quantity 30 tons at the rate of 450 rupees. Why I am taking 450 here? Because I am following the pricing method of LIFO, that is last in first out. So in the previous date, under the balance column, which one is the bottom, which is at the bottom, which is at the last, that is recently added, that should be removed first. Okay, so the rate is 450 rupees. So I'm taking that 30 into 450, 13,500. So now copy the balance, that is 60 tons at rupees 460, 27,600. And out of 350 tons, I have issued as a scrap 30 tons. So 350 minus 30 left out is 320 tons at rupees 450. That comes to 1,44,000 rupees. So now moving on to the 9th March. So there is a issue. So when there is a issue, the receipts column will become nil. So that is GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil and amount also nil. And under issue column, MRN job 2, quantity 80 tons at rupees 450, because LIFO, the recently added, should be issued first. So 80 tons at the rate of 450 rupees, 36,000. So 60 tons at the rate of 460, 27,600. 320 tons I have issued 80 tons. So the left out balance is 240 tons at the rate of 450 rupees. So that comes to 1,08,000 rupees. So we are done with the 9th March, and further I am moving to the 14th March. On 14th March, again there is a issue to job 3. So receipts column will nil, that is GRN, quantity, rate and amount all the columns nil. And under issues MRN job 3, so quantity 210, that is 210 tons of material has been issued at the rate of 450 rupees. So that comes to 94,500 rupees. So out of 240 tons, which is last, clear, which is on 9th March with the material which is at last I've taken. So 240 minus 210, which we have to consider. So the top one will remain same, 60 tons at rupees 460, 27,600. 240 tons at rupees 450 rupees. Out of that, I have issued 210 units, 10 tons of material. So left with 30 tons, because 240 minus 210, that is 30 tons at the rate of 450, 13,500 rupees. So on 17th March again, so there is a receipt. So GRN nil. So I have received, there is a receipt of, there is a purchase of 200 tons of materials at the rate of 480 rupees. That comes to 96,000 rupees. Under issues MRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, and amount also nil. Under balance column, now 60 tons 460 rupees, 27,600. 30 tons 450 rupees, 13,500 rupees. So that date on 17th March, there is a purchase of 200 tons of material. So 200 tons at the rate of 480, that comes to 96,000 rupees. So now we are moving further on 20th March. Receipt side, GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, and amount also nil. Under issues, job 4, quantity 120 tons of material is issued to job 4 at the rate of 480 rupees, because recently added on 17th March is 200 tons of materials at the rate of 480. Since we are following last in first out principle, pricing principle, so I am taking the material from the bottom, that is lastly added. So that is out of 200 I have taken 120 tons at the rate of 480 rupees. So the amount comes to 57,600, that is 120 into 480 rupees. So now go to the balance column. So 60 tons at the rate of 460 rupees. So that comes to 27,600. 30 tons of rupees at the rate of 450 rupees, 13,500. Then 80 tons at the rate of 480 rupees. That comes to 38,400 rupees. So we are done with the 20th March entry. I am moving on to the 25th March entry. Again there is a purchase of 180 tons of materials at the rate of 470 rupees. That comes to 84,600 rupees. So now issues column, MRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, and amount also nil. Go to the balance column. So copy as it is the balance of 20th March, that is 60 tons at the rate of 460 rupees, 27,600. 30 tons at the rate of 450 rupees, 13,500. 80 tons at the rate of 480 rupees, that amount comes to 38,400. Now 25th March, there is a receipt. We have purchased so 180 tons of materials at the rate of 470 rupees. That comes to 84,600 rupees. So we are done with the 25th March entry. Further, we are moving towards 28th March. So on 28th March, there is a issue. Clear? So there is a issue of 280 tons of material. So let us look into it. So receipts, GRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil, and amount also nil. Under issues column, since we are supposed to issue from the previous date balance from the bottom, that is recently added, the last in item we should make a first out. The last in we should make a first out. So at the bottom one, how many tons we have at the bottom on 25th March on the balance column? So that is 180 tons at the rate of 470 rupees. So amount comes to 84,600 rupees. So next we have 80 tons at the rate of 480 rupees. So that comes to 38,400 rupees. And we have 30 tons, but I need only 280 tons rupees, 280 tons of material. So there is a shortage of only 20 tons. So out of 30 tons, I am taking 20 tons at the rate of 450 rupees. Amount comes to 500 rupees. So next, go to the balance column. That's 60 tons. It is untouched. It is same. So I'm copying 60 tons at the rate of 460 rupees, 27,600. Then out of 30 tons, I've issued 20 tons. So the left out is 10 tons at the rate of 450 rupees. That comes to 4,500 rupees. So next, on 31st March, we found excess. So excess of 43 tons, that should be reflected under receipts and it should be shown as a purchase because we are adding into the existing stock. So that is why it should be reflected under receipt side. So GRN column, excess quantity 43 tons at the rate 450 rupees and amount 19,350 rupees. So go to the balance column, issues, MRN nil, quantity nil, rate nil and amount nil. Go to the balance column. So quantity 60 tons at the rate of 460 rupees, 27,600. 10 tons at the rate of 450 rupees, 4,500. 43 tons at the rate of 450 rupees, 19,350 rupees. So this is the closing balance under last in first out on the last day of the month, that is 31st March. Okay, so now let us look into the closing stock value under LIFO method, that is last in first out pricing system. So open three columns, that is quantity, rate and amount. So under quantity, take down what is the first balance column, that is 60 tons at the rate of 460 rupees, 27,600 rupees. Next we have 10 tons at the rate of 450 rupees per ton, so that is 4,500 rupees. Next we do have 43 tons at the rate of 450 rupees, that comes to 19,350. So when you add the quantity 60, 10 plus 43 tons put together, it is 113 tons, which should be equals to FIFO method closing stock. And the amount obviously varies because the prices of issue and prices of receipt will always vary on the basis of the pricing principle which we follow. So the amount value comes to 51,450 rupees. So that is the ultimate value of the closing stock under last in first out method. So we are done with the stores ledger account under both first in first out and last in first out method. I hope you have understood the problem by this time. Enough number of problems. So we will be continuing with one more problem, so which will be under average pricing method and weighted average pricing method. Also will solve one particular problem out of that topic. So then we are going to conclude this unit. Okay, so I believe you have understood, and it is my personal suggestion, take down the problem, watch the video and solve the problem by yourself, so you will have a better understanding so how to solve the problem. Okay, so bye bye, see you soon, and I'll come up very shortly with one more video, so that is under stores ledger account. Until then, take care, bye.